I am
Okay.
recording, and I'm going to mute everybody's microphone, for which I apologize for. But if you do need to say something or have a question, why, just unmute yourself just by sliding your finger across the screen and click on the little microphone button. And there we go. I think all of you are muted. This is tonight's workout that you're looking at. The point to tonight's workout is entirely about speed. You're engaging faster muscles for walking or running, or for those of you who run walkers, you're going to be doing running at high intensity and then recovery walking. So run walkers will get a little, you'll all get a little of both, except walkers will be faster walking, slower walking. While we look at tonight's workout, I just want to say, please be safe out there. If you need me, let me know. And be careful, especially of uneven sidewalks.
Thank you.
You're in a parking lot. Be very, Paisley, welcome, hi. And uneven in parking lots, curbs, and those little small curbs that cars park against. Those little spikes as you exit a parking lot, you don't want to trip over that. So just be really careful. Don't look at your cell phone while you're running. But I want to give you something really quick to look at, and it is this. And we're going to discuss this image as the end of our workout, if I can actually find it. For some reason, I'm not finding it. But at any rate, why can't I find this? Anyway, well, okay, we'll save that one for another day. I'm not sure why I'm not finding that thing that I'm looking for. Anyway, okay, back again. Let's all do our warm-up, and it's just a jog, or for walkers, it's just really slow. And with that, let me get my stopwatch, and let's go. Start walking. Here we go. And good. Good. We are doing a 5-minute jog or walk if you're a walker or you're a runner. It would be a 5-minute jog if you're a run walker. It's still a slow jog, and we are about 30 seconds into our workout. And with that in mind, let me see if I can't find this one statistic. Oh, I just realized why I couldn't. Okay. When we stop to do our warm-up, I'll show you this graph, these two graphs I have. But we are coming up on about a minute, almost a minute into our 5-minute warm-up, jog, walk, whichever. We're a little over a minute. And you guys are doing great. Keep going. Good. Jorge, welcome. We are about a minute 20 into
Thank you.
What's that?
Thank you, David.
Hi, welcome. Good.
Thanks.
Yeah. I am muting everyone's microphone, but if you have any questions, any of you, please just slide your finger across your cell phone and the commands will pop up, probably at the top of your screen if you're on a cell phone. And you can just tap on the icon that looks like a microphone with a line across it, and it'll turn green and the line will go away and you're talking. We're at 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes into our walk or jog, depending on whether you're a walker, a jogger, or runner. And you guys are doing great. And hopefully you are all in speaker view. but don't look at your cell phones now. When you stop, you can look at them. So as I say, tonight's workout, all workouts have a purpose. And tonight's workout, we're really working on high intensity, engaging faster muscles. Yeah, it's a little about raising the threshold and all of that stuff, but it's really tonight, it's more about short, fast. Like I said, we only have about 18 minutes total. If you lap it all together, 18 minutes of high intensity work. The rest of it, 18 minutes, is recovery period or warm up or cool down, but really only 18 minutes of high intensity. So it's really gonna be a lot of speed, high intensity, engaging faster muscles than what you would normally do. That's why it's short. Because you can't run that fast for that long. So if you can engage muscles by going a short period of time, because you can run faster, engaging faster muscles, then overall you'll get stronger and faster. Tonight's all about power, engaging more faster muscles. We are 3 minutes, 40 seconds. So you got about a minute 15 left in your warm up. And then I'll show you a graph, and then we'll do some warm up stuff standing together or standing still. And you can look at the screen. About a minute more to go. And you're just easy jog. This should not be any at all kind of degree of difficulty. You're at like a level 1 of 5. 5 would be sprinting. Maybe a low level 2. You know, just easy pace, slower than marathon pace, just really comfortable. We got about 30 seconds left to go. There you go, 30 seconds. Tonight's theme is going to be discussing what you can do to overcome the governor that holds you back. Your subconscious mind that holds you back, and what you can do to overcome that. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Now look at your screen for a second, and I want to show you something. And here it is. Here we go. You're probably looking at, hopefully you're looking, whoop, there you are. Now you're looking at it. You're looking at a beginner diagram. Actually, let me go to a different one. Now you're looking at a more experienced athlete. You guys see this? Just give me a thumbs up. Yeah, good. You're looking at a more experienced athlete's blood lactate levels. Now, this will only become important later at the very end of tonight's workout when I explain it. You won't be able to look at it again. So look at it now. You'll note the heart rate is the top line. The lactic acid line is the bottom line. And the bottom line from 114 beats to 130 beats only goes from 1.5 to 1.7. That's an increase of 0.2 millimeters of lactate, 0.2. Remember that number. Now this is a more experienced, kind of middle of the pack athlete, maybe a little more advanced than that. Here is a beginner, actually a beginner cyclist, but it doesn't matter. His heart rate is going also about 15 beats.
Oh, there we go.
But his increase is going from 2.3 to 3.6. That's an increase of 1.3 milliliters of lactate, not 0.2, but 1.3 in the same increase of heart rate right after they got going. Got it? So clearly the beginner is working way harder right from the beginning, right from the first step, than what the advanced runner is doing. You guys see that difference? That's called a baseline. And on your beginner, there's really no baseline whatsoever. Got it? Okay, let's stop sharing. And let's go back to our let's go back to our workout. Hopefully you can see me again, and hopefully I'm bigger because I'm the only one who can talk. I've muted everyone else. Oop, there we go. Good. Sarah, welcome. And let's do our warm-up. What we're gonna start with is just some really easy stuff. Just roll your foot around. I'm not sure if you can even see my foot. Roll your foot around, all the way around. And I know you can't see my foot right now. Hang on, that's a little better. Roll your foot around about 10 times. Good. And then the other direction. 1, 2, 3. And now the other foot, same thing. Just roll your foot around. And the other direction. Good. And now you can probably see me a little better. Hands on your knees, just roll your knees around about 10 times, one direction. 4. Just loosening up. And the other direction. And hands on your hips, and just go to one side, stretch out that hip flexor, that whole thing. Your lower back a little bit, then the other hip, and go round, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, good. 8, really loosen up those hips, 9, and 10, and the other direction, same thing, like you're kind of rolling a hula hoop. 2, and 3, good. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, good. 9, and 10, good. And let's kick your leg up gently. Just we're going to loosen up those hamstrings a little bit. And 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, whoops, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the other leg. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's do standing calf stretch just for 10 seconds with one leg back straight, your foot in line with your eyesight, really almost in line with your other toes. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and the other foot. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And just kind of grab your ankle. We're going to loosen up our quads. And 1, and 2, go to 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whoops, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good. And just bring your thigh up and over. I don't know if you can see that. Up and over. And the other one, engaging your hips. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, good. 11, 12, 13, like getting off a bike. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and let's put some weight on your leg, just your one arm up, and then touch the side of your foot, just to engage some muscles that have been kind of dormant all day. And 1, and good, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the other side, same thing. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Good. Last thing I want everyone to do is just squat down. So don't go down to a point where you're uncomfortable, and don't go down beyond where your knee is at about a 90-degree angle. If you can see that, I'm not sure that you can, but here we go. Ready? And lean forward when you squat. You don't want your knees to go forward, but if you lean forward, you'll be able to sit back better. Here we go. Ready? Begin. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let me just clear my screen so I can see myself, because I can't right now. And good. Okay, with that, we're going to do a few plyometrics. I think you guys can see me, hopefully. There we go. And we're going to do some front kicks first, like that, and then back kicks, like that, and then high knee. Okay? You can do them slowly, like I'm doing now, or you can do them quickly, like running rhythm, like we're about to do. So front kicks first. You guys ready? Here we go. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And back kicks. Don't have to kick your butt, but kick your heel up. Here we go. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Work your arms. 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and high knee. Ready? Here we go. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And with that, hang on a sec. Wait. And with that, grief, I'm out of breath. We have our warm-up, a minute 30 jog or slow walk. This is still warm-up. We're going to do intervals of a minute 30 and 15 seconds, a little faster, a little faster. So here we go. Everybody ready? Start running. Minute 30 jog or slow walk. Really easy, comfortable walk or jog. And we're almost 10 seconds into it. Good job, you guys. Good. Minute 23, 24. Tonight, we're also going to work a little bit on rhythm again, just to work on running form. And good. The funny thing is I don't see myself on this image, which is, oh well. By the way, welcome everybody tonight to tonight's Wednesday night virtual track workout. We're going to talk about what it is that causes you to, we got 15 seconds left to go, have limits on what you're capable of doing as a human being and as an individual. 10, 9, 8, then we're going to run at marathon pace. So immediately speed up in 4, 3, 2, 1, and speed up. Here we go. And that's 15 seconds only. Then you're going to slow it down to a minute 30. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slow it down for a minute 30. See where we're doing really slow and then a little speed up burst for 15 seconds, then really slow and a speed up burst for 15 seconds. So we got about a minute 15 to go in our just really slow period. And then you'll go back to marathon pace again for 15 seconds, then a minute 30, then 10K pace, then a minute 30, then 10K pace again. And then we'll do our workout. You're going to be tired before we even begin. So good, we've got about less than a minute to go in this period. I'm going to just get started as we do our warm up. We all have limiters. And your subconscious, as I mentioned last week, accounts for about 90% of the brain function. All these messages sent back and forth to and from your brain. You have 30 seconds left in this slow period. Then we'll speed up to marathon pace, 15 seconds. 90% of your brain's function is totally unconscious. You are completely unaware, unconscious of it. And it really is that big part of you that's programmed that you're absolutely unaware of. We're going to speed up to marathon pace in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here you go, 15 seconds, marathon pace. So a little faster. This is marathon pace, not, going crazy, like a bat out of whatever. And we got 5, 4, then you're going to slow down. 3, 2, 1, and slow down for another minute 30. Minute 30, just really easy. This one is going to be followed by 15 seconds at 10K pace. Then another minute, then another 10K, then 7 minutes a warm up, and then we'll get right into our workout. So when you are asleep, your brain is still functioning. You are still controlling all of those critical elements in your body. Now I can see myself. We have 40 seconds left to go in our little slow period, and then we'll speed up to 10K pace. Sorry. So what your brain does when you're doing a marathon is when you start to run out of hydration, when you run out of sodium, when you run out of carbohydrate, or you're getting low, any one of those things your subconscious will kick in and say, hey, cut it out. We're getting into trouble here. You have 4, 3, 2, 1, and speed that up to about 10K pace for 15 seconds. I'll wait for you guys to finish. And you guys have 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slow down to that slow, easy, comfortable pace that you were at before. You got a minute 30, then we'll do another 10K pace for 15 seconds. and then a little more warm up, and then we'll get running, and then we'll get speeding up. So, pardon me. So how do you overcome this governor that holds you back unconsciously to override that, to do things like push through what we call the wall? The wall is when you're running low on carbohydrate. How do you get beyond that so you're not slowing down at the end of a marathon? A marathon is a long way to go, as you all know, and many of you have experienced. There are actually people, and there are two great books out there that have just come about. One is called Endure, was on the New York Times bestseller list a year ago. You have about 30 seconds left to go, and then you'll speed up to that 10K pace for 15 seconds only. And another one that Matt Fitzgerald wrote called How Much Do You Want It? Two books that really, for the first time, kind of dove into what it is that certain people deal with when they're overcoming that governor, that limiter that causes your body to sort of shut down, in a sense, to slow down, take it easier, because of fear that your unconscious has been programmed to tell you you're getting into trouble. Your heart rate is too high. Your hydration is too low. Your sodium content is too low. You're not absorbing hydration effectively because your sodium is too low. All of those things. We're about to speed up in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 10K pace for 15 seconds. I'll wait till you guys are done with this period. And then we're going to go into about a 7-minute jog. And then we'll start with our speed work. During the 7-minute period, I'll go into this in greater detail. And good. And now 7 minutes, slow that what you were doing originally for minute 30, just real warm up, jog, walk. If you're a walker, walk. If you're a runner, jog. If you're a run walker, jog. So there you go. You got about less than 7 minutes to go. So how do you overcome which limits you? Here are two interesting examples. There's a guy named Wim Hof, who has become a little more popular on YouTube, and I think he did a TED Talk. At any rate, he holds a couple world records for swimming under ice, like 100 meters under ice on one breath, and without a wetsuit. This guy is bare-chested. He has a swimsuit on. That's it. No flippers, no nothing, no neoprene wetsuit, nothing. It's him in the water underneath ice in the ocean. Now, most of you, if you dove into an ocean and there was an iceberg next to you, let alone above your head where you could not breathe, you would that'd be it. You'd have about 10 seconds and you'd drown. Your nervous system would freeze up and you could not continue. This guy does this for kicks and holds world records for swimming. He's been tested in a vat of ice cubes, in water and ice cubes. And his body temperature, unlike a normal human being, did not go down. It stayed warm. He has run a half marathon on ice and snow in bare feet, and he did just fine. We are 2 minutes into our 7-minute, real easy warm-up jog or slow walk. And he did just fine. He set world records. How do you do this? Well, I have one more example. Guy named Herbert Nitsch, that was Wim Hof. A guy named Herbert Nitsch. There are people in the world that want to create a world record for diving down underwater as far as they can go and still come up and live. living is a key ingredient to this world record. If you don't live, you don't get the record. Herbert, to his credit and his world record, has gone down 214 meters on a deep dive. You are over 3 minutes into your slow run. 214 meters, that's over halfway around our 400 meter over oval track, right? That's a little over halfway around. He has gone straight down without the use of a rope or any help. He had a rope next to him if he needed it, but he was not able to use that or his record would not be held. 214 meters. The problem with this is that when you're doing a deep dive such as this, and MD, welcome. Any of you who are just connected, we're doing just slow warm-up jog. We have another 3 minutes to go, or slow walk if you're a walker. I've muted everybody's microphone, so if you need to talk to me, just swipe your finger across your cell phone. Some little icons will pop up. You can tap on the microphone icon that is red with a little slash across it. It will no longer be red and the slash will be gone. You'll be able to talk to me. So if you have any questions, please feel free to turn on your mic. At the end, I hope you all turn on your mics and we can chat for a moment. This is being recorded, although most of you are probably not being seen because I have it on speaker view, so it's mostly me. But we have a minute and 20 seconds left in that warm up. So we're talking about Herbert Niche. The problem with this is your subconscious mind, when you're running out of oxygen, will automatically kick in and make you unconscious. In other words, your body is programmed when you run out of oxygen to save as much oxygen as you can by knocking you out. This is how your subconscious works. Now, you have to override this subconscious. Remember, we're talking about how do you override the subconscious governors that govern you and hold you back. You have 30 seconds left in your, I'm sorry. You have a minute, 30 seconds left, in your warm up. Just jog or walk. You cannot, according to this world record, be unconscious and have people pull you to the surface unconsciously, because that's not on your own power. You have to do it all conscious on your own power and make it back to the surface. Herbert Niche, in his world record, went under 214 meters in a deep dive and managed to stay conscious, though he was fading out. He managed to keep himself conscious and make it back to the surface. This was not his first attempt on his deep dive, capturing the world record dive. This is not an easy thing. This is the world record, might I add. We have 30 seconds left in our warm-up. And after this warm-up, we are going to immediately jump, I don't want to say dive, into a minute 30 at about 85 to 90%. This would be a pace. Now we're getting into our higher intensity workouts. This would be a pace that would be close to about just slower than a 5K, a little above a 10K. So faster than what we were doing last week for most of our workout. You guys ready? Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and speed up to about 85, 90% at about 10K or a little above 5K, somewhere in there for a minute 30. Then we're gonna have a minute 30 cool down. Just walk, if you're a walker, slowly, or if you're a run walker, walk for a few seconds, everybody. And then if you're a runner, just jog a little bit once you recover, once your breathing rate has come down a bit. You don't want to get your heart rate down too much by just standing there. You don't want waste product gases to kind of fill up your legs once you stop. So you don't really want to stop during these periods of recovery. And you don't want to run so hard that, my God, you're bent over and when you're done, you can't move forward. You're just so gasping for air. Slow it down a little more. You're going too hard if that's the case for recovery, that you can't really walk forward, you know. We are a minute into our minute 30. We have about 25 seconds left to go. So you can see some of the problems that we all face that limit us in doing a marathon. Unconsciously, completely, we are out of control of these things. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slow it down for a minute 30. Walk for a couple seconds, runners, and walkers just slow it way down, and run walkers just walk it out. We have a minute 30 recovery. One of the keys to success, what we talk about when we talk about mental toughness, you could see from that diagram that I showed you before we begin, and I'll show it to you again if anyone wants to see it, when I turn on everyone's mic at the very, when we get through all of this high intensity stuff in another like 36 minutes. Actually, a little less than that now. We have about 45 seconds left in the recovery period. Then we're going to go to high intensity. Same exact thing, minute 30. We have 4 of these. We've done 1 so far. So I'm going back and forth. Where was I? So one of the key ingredients that you can see from that diagram is the beginner is immediately using more stress right from the get-go, where the advanced, experienced person is not using so much stress. You got this little plateau, this little flat line we call baseline. And in 2, 1, and shut it down, and here you go. Excuse me, you're on high intensity now, sorry. So speeding it up for a minute 30, you're 10 seconds into high intensity, and then this is your second set, and then we'll go minute 30 recovery. And later on this, we'll use our metronome again and work on rhythm. So you got a minute to go in your second high intensity set, somewhere between 5K, 10K, about 85%, maybe 90%, somewhere in that range. Normally this might be considered even higher intensity, but it's early season. I don't want to push you guys too hard. And you got 30 seconds left to go in your second set. So experience and training does lead to what we call mental toughness. Just doing more of it, you know, the beginner is going to be kind of wimpy. And just because of physiological changes, which also correspond with neurological changes, we have 4, 3, 2, 1, and shut down that second set. We got a minute 30 to go before we begin our third set. Minute 30, just walk it out, everybody. And then when you recover, runners, just start jogging a little bit. Run walkers, you decide. Keep it, let your heart rate get down a little bit. Tonight's workout really is more about neurological changes in the muscle, where you're engaging faster muscles by going faster. It's about speed. It's not just really about heart rate, little of that, but these short periods, it's really about speed. But not too much speed. We don't want to get you injured. We're not sprinters. You don't want to go so fast that it's all out, that you're no longer using glycogen as a resource for fuel. If you're going 100%, if you're sprinting, you're using creatine phosphate as a resource for fuel. And that's not any good for any one of us, because creatine phosphate, you only have about a 7-second reserve. This is sprinter resource for fuel. And that training that ain't good for no marathoner. Pardon my language. You have 15 seconds, and then we're gonna kick in that third set, high intensity, same as the last two, minute 30 again in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ready, and here we go. Minute 30, high intensity in your third set. Again, not sprinting, not 100%, not quite 90%, maybe about 85% of your maximum ability. So you're going pretty fast. This is your third of 4 sets. Then we start doing 3-minute sets, and I'll be able to talk longer. I will slow it down to 80%. So 30 seconds in your minute 30. And we're at 40 seconds. I don't know if many of you knew that. If you're really pushing yourself at 100% all out maximum, you're really not benefiting your marathon training at all. You're benefiting your 100-meter sprinting ability or 50-meter sprinting ability. 1 minute into your minute 30 third set. Then we're gonna shut it down, and then we'll do our fourth set. Yeah, it's for a minute 30. 20 seconds left to go. And 15 seconds. And then we'll slow it down. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's slow it down. And here we go. Using creatine phosphate at 100% all out for 7 seconds pace is called a lactic zone. Using glycogen from carbohydrate is called glycolic zone or anaerobic threshold. And using more fat for a resource is actually called aerobic or fat burning zone. You're not using only fat, you're also using carbohydrate in the form of glycogen at all times, but at lower intensity, but it's called fat burning or aerobic. We are 45 seconds into our recovery period. Then we start our fourth and final set of the 1 minute 30. Actually, we have another 4 sets of minute 30, but that's actually after 2 sets of 3 minutes. So we got 30 seconds left to go. Then you're going to speed it up in about 20 seconds from now. And then I'll give you a quote from somebody. 10, 9, 8, here we go. We're going to speed it up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go, minute 30, speed it up to that under 5K, over 10K pace, about 85, maybe 90% if you're really feeling strong. This is your fourth set of at a minute 30. And then we got some more fun stuff. And here we go. I'll wait till the recovery period before I read this next quote. But you can see really, it's just experience, it's just doing it, which causes physiological changes like those 2 graphs that you saw. And those physiological changes, because your brain gets so much information back and forth from the muscle, the nerve and the muscle are called the motor nerve. The motor nerve basically changes your programming in your unconscious mind from doing more and more and more. And that's what mental toughness is derived from. You have 20 seconds in your high intensity work, 20 seconds left to go. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shut it down. Let's go minute 30, easy walk or walk, and then runner's easy jog. Actually, jog is easy, any slower and you're walking, but let's call it an easy jog just to emphasize slow. So once again, experience causes mental toughness. For those of us that tell, if you looked at those graphs again, that tell that beginner when you're first starting out, oh, suck it up, be mentally strong, it's worthless. That's a worthless statement because they're working way harder than you are. You just don't feel what they're feeling. They don't feel what you're feeling because it's way easier. If they were feeling what you were feeling, they'd be way easier. So those kinds of things, those statements, suck it up, just be tough, be strong, don't really do a darn. How do you become strong? How do you become mentally tough? Well, that graph is really an underlier. You have 20 seconds left to go in your recovery, and then we have 3 minutes of 80%. Now we're talking 10K pace, not 5K pace. We're talking 80%, not like 85, 90. We're gonna take it down a little more, but you're going 3 minutes. This is a little more of a threshold run. And here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and speed it up. Here we go. During this period, I am going to use my metronome. So you guys are going to listen to 180 steps a minute. And then I'll get back into my lecture after this. You're almost 30 seconds into your 3 minutes. Try and hit your foot on the ground with each click that you hear, just to work on form, just to work on running form. I should tell you, I happened earlier today to look at a run, an 8-kilometer run, which is 5 miles, from someone in the UK, which is why it's in kilometers, and who came in second place in Kona Ironman twice, and her name is just going right out of my head. And any rate, very strong runner. And I noticed her pace was only about 80 to 85 RPMs. So you double that and you have steps per minute, right? You're talking one leg went around 80, 85 steps per minute. Oh, excuse me, RPMs. So you're looking at about 160 to 170, 160 to 170 steps per minute, not 180. And this is a pro triathlete who makes a lot of money as a runner as part of her triathlons. I'll think of her name in a second. It's going right out of my head. So you can see even pro athletes are not perfect, but Kenyan runners have been clocked, many of them, at 210 clicks or steps per minute. So they're even way faster than us normal US runners, United States runners, who are normally, many of them, clocked in at about 190 steps per minute. And I'm killing myself for not thinking this woman's name. At any rate, very strong, fast, huge power output on our power meter. She was tracking at about 350 at the end of her run. She was up to about almost 500 watts per minute if you're up on wattage and power output, which I think is kind of the future of running. There are only about 2 watches for running that get watts, but it's certainly something that's going to be more and more and more prevalent. So here we go. We are at almost 3 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shut it down. You have 3 minutes of low heart rate, low intensity, walk for a bit and then jog if you're a runner. Walkers just shut it, walk it, just slow walk. So anyway, that's rhythm. Anyway, I want to read you a quote while you're recovering. We have over 2.5 minutes to recover. And then you'll do the second 3-minute high heart rate, that same exact thing you just did, about 80%, about 10K pace. Then we're gonna do 4 more minute 30 things like you just did before, and then we're done. That's it, gang. You're halfway done. Goes quick. Here's a quote. The quote is from John Wooden, famous basketball coach from UCLA fame, huge win record to win-loss. And the quote is this, quote, "The work that you do each and every day is the only true way to improve and prepare yourself for what is to come. You cannot change the past, and you can influence the future only by what you do today." So right now, today, you are all doing work which will enable you to become more mentally tough, stronger, not just muscly, more, not just stronger in terms of muscularity, but also stronger mentally. The two go hand in hand. Your motor nerve, your nerve and your muscle, the motor nerve, that's what it is. You have a minute left to go in your recovery. Work hand in hand in reprogramming that unconscious, which creates that limiter. Where is it that your stress levels will hold you back, will tell your body you need to slow it down? A lot of you have probably hit the wall. You've been thinking, God, I want to push harder, I want to push harder, but something within you is holding you back. What is that? It's that unconscious governor. How do you overcome it? Experience, work, and we have 15 seconds, 14 before speeding up, 12, 11, 10, 9. Again, it's that 10K pace, 80%, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Second set of 3 minutes at higher intensity, and go. Good. And once again, here is our metronome. I hope this isn't driving you guys nuts, but it is an important tool. I am laughingly reminded that a friend of mine told me about this idea he had as a coach. He coaches a group down in Long Beach called Soul Runners, a guy named Steve Mackel, very good coach. And I remember running down in Long Beach and seeing people, well, now you have cell phones, and my cell phone has this app that has a metronome on it. But back then they had these little things around their neck that were metronomes. You can buy them for like 10, 15 bucks. And down in Long Beach, I was running on a path one day and I heard all these people running and they were clicking, and I could hear them clicking with their metronome. And I looked and they had this thing around their neck and it was clicking. And I said, "You're a soul runner, aren't you?" And they all nodded their heads. I said, "Steve Mackel?" And they nodded their heads. And they were all running all the time with their metronome, trying to get that rhythm, that pace, working on that short, quick stride where they weren't reaching their leg out, their foot out too far, where they might be hitting their leg and breaking themselves, slowing themselves down, but shorter, quicker stride where you're kind of landing your foot almost under your hip, where your foot is just touching down and flying back. And if you want to go faster, it's still landing more or less under your hip, but you're just pushing back harder, not necessarily farther, but harder. You want to speed up, push back harder. That goes for walkers or runners. It's all the same 180 steps a minute. If you're going slower, 180 steps a minute. You're going faster, 180 steps a minute. will be quizzed on this. It's a trick question. How fast do you need to be going to go 180 steps a minute? The answer doesn't matter. Obviously, there are ranges that, like I said, pro athletes are not perfect. Canyon runners, a little faster. We are 2.5 minutes into your 3-minute run, the high intensity run. We're then going to slow it way down to 3-minute recovery in 20 seconds. And then we'll do 4-minute 30 seconds. And then we'll do a cool down for 5, just jog or slow walk. And then here we go, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's slow it down for 3 minutes and get rid of that annoying clicking noise. God, which is a good tool. And we have 3 minutes slow, then we're gonna dive right into our 4 sets of 1 minute and 30. And you guys are doing great. Good job, everybody. And good. And I apologize, I'm muting everybody just so I don't hear your footsteps or your background or ambient noises or whatever. You got 2.5 minutes left to go in recovery before our 1:30 high intensity. Now this is gonna be a little faster than what you did, than what you just did. We're going back to about just under 5K pace. We're going back to about 85, 90%. So a hair faster for that 4 sets of 1:30, which is coming up in about 30 seconds. 30 seconds, and then we're gonna go. Pro athletes, as proof of this idea, we have 20 seconds, then we'll go into speed work again. They'll get up to 140, 145 miles in a week just to get, it's about volume, experience, to get that mental toughness, to get that ability. And we're gonna speed up in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Begin and speed it up for 1:30 only, high intensity. 1:30, here we go. And you might hear the clicking in the background. Next week, we have a wonderful guest coach, our walking coach. I shouldn't say guest coach. Our walking coach, Kathy Enriquez, who's online tonight, is going to be coaching. I will be online, but I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to be online just for technical stuff, getting it all started and keeping it going and muting everyone as I do. And so she won't have to deal with all of that. And if we have some naked person get online, like I amusingly say we did once, one of our workouts, we had a wonderful naked person get on our Zoom connection. Little things you deal with. I will be dealing with that. 30 seconds to go. We've done a lot of these. We've only had one kind of nutty person online. He didn't say anything. And 20 seconds to go. And then we'll just slow it way down as we've always been doing. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's slow it down. Walk it out, everybody. And walkers slow, walk it really slow. Oh, sorry. There we go. And you have 1:30 in recovery, and then we start our second of 4 1:30 high intensity sets. All right, then we're done. Then we have a jog, cool down 5 minutes, and then we have a group stretch. And where was I? Right. So pro athletes will get up to about 140, 145 miles in a week. But most of that training, maybe 80, 85% of that training, that volume in 1 week, will be at low, easy pace at least a minute to a minute and a half slower than their marathon race pace. So if their marathon race pace is sub 5, they're going to be doing like a 6:30, 7-minute, very common, easy pace for like 80–85% of their training. If you're doing a 10-minute per mile marathon race pace, just as an easy round number, you would be wanting to do about an 11:30 easy pace for like 80–85% of your training. That'll give you a little more endurance. Now we're speeding up again in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Speed it up for 1:30, our second set of 4. 1:30, and I'll put the metronome in the background a little bit. So, but it's still all about volume. For us non-pro athletes and us pro athletes, it's volume, it's more. It's developing neurologically and physiologically all at the same time. We are 30 seconds into our minute to go, less than a minute to go, into our second high intensity set. We're at 45 seconds. 40 seconds. And whoops, there we go. 30 seconds left to go in our second set. Thanks to all our participants in tonight's workout. You guys are all doing great. Keep up the great work. We only have 2 more 1:30 high intensity sets in 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop it way down for 1:30. Whoa, what the heck just happened here? Let me get rid of this if I can. Okay, stop it. Sorry. Why am I having this problem? Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. There we are. Good. Sorry, I went to a different screen. All right, so you get a few extra seconds to recover because I didn't start my watch on time. And good. I'm kind of seeing some of you guys. Good. I see Victoria smiling. Good job. Great work, everyone. Kim, MD, Jorge, Julie. I assume, Julie, you're on your treadmill. I don't see you. Paisley. Good job, Sarah. Good. We got about 40 seconds left to go. I just missed starting my stopwatch because my cell phone was on the wrong screen and I wanted to stop that metronome. By the way, just once again, those 2 people I talked about earlier who set world records, I discussed what they did just to give you an idea of how the mind works, how you really have to overcome governors. Oh, and I'll tell you what they did to do that next set. In 7, speeding up, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. That 1:30 high intensity go. 5K pace about 90%, call it 85 to 90% pace. And here we go. Then I'll tell you what it was that they did to overcome their limiters, their subconscious governor, if you want to call it, that held them back and enabled them to do these crazy things that they did. Swim under an iceberg, several, sit in ice cubes, run a half marathon with no shoes in ice and snow, and then Herbert, who dove down under the water 214 meters to set the world record for the deepest dive of any human being. What was it that they did? We have about 30 seconds left to go. 30 seconds to go. In our last high, this is it, gang. So you may want to, if you're feeling good, if you're not feeling sore, you got 20 seconds to push the pedal. Really engage those faster muscles. You got 15, 14, 13, 12. This is the last speed work of the night. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shut it down. Let's go for 15 seconds, cool down. 15 seconds cool down, and then we're gonna jog, or if you're a walker, just comfortable walk, maybe a little faster than the total all-out recovery. And here we go. We got 5 minutes and go. So runners are hopefully jogging by this period. Your heart rate's come down, so you can now jog. Walkers are now more comfortable, and you're just walking really comfortably, real easy. And walk runners, you decide, get your heart rate way down, walk for as long as you need to. If you want to jog a little, run, walk, but really, really slow, this is the time to do it. Don't use your normal time, but just do it comfortably. I'm going to ask all of you guys to unmute yourself so we can talk if anybody has any questions. You'll see on the screen a little thing that says ask to unmute. And I see Jorge is unmuted. Thank you. And
Great workout, Dave. Thank you so much.
all right, thank you. Thank you for being a part of it. We still have our group stretch coming up in about a little less than 4 minutes. We're just jogging, keeping it easy for about 4 minutes. While you're at it, I'm going to tell you what those two individuals who set these incredible things did to enable them. What was it? Their training that enabled them to overcome their limiters, their governor that held them back subconsciously. Like when you hit the wall, that's a subconscious thing. Your brain is telling you, your 90% unconscious brain is getting all this information, all this data from your muscles, your vital organs, and telling your conscious brain, shut it the heck down. That's what hitting the wall is. Or you're really gonna slow down. I'm gonna make you really struggle. Here's what they did. They did incredible volumes of training of deep breathing exercises, like now I know Wim Hof talks about the fact that he did 40 minutes a day of this, of long inhalations and short inhalations. And he even did a lot of what you might call just really short, quick breathing, hyperventilation, you might call it that. And just a volume of training. And the same thing with who did the deep dive world record. That's what they did to expand their lungs, to get their body trained to cold water or cold weather. And Wim was actually tested in a university where his body, even though he was in ice cubes and water, unmoving, his body temperature did not go cool off. His body temperature stayed the same. Normally, if any of us were in cold water, let alone anywhere near ice cubes, our body temperatures would go down to what's called not neutrimia.
Hypersensitive?
Hyperthermia. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hyperthermia, where your body cools down. Didn't happen. So that's what these guys, once again, it was about training. right? If you had an inexperienced person dive into 40-degree water, or where ice would be, it would be 30-degree water. Your muscles, like I said before, would immediately tighten up. You couldn't do anything. We have 1 more minute in your recovery period, and then we're going to go into stretch. And those of you who are with us who want to hang out for stretch, wonderful. I'm going to try and give you guys, if you don't have a comfortable place to stretch, no problem. I'm going to try and give you some standing stretches. If you do have a comfortable place to stretch, maybe a lawn or sand or somewhere, maybe you're at home on a carpet, wonderful. It's better to get all your weight off your legs and your body when you stretch. Just get all your weight off. We have 15 seconds left to go now, and then we'll do group stretch. So let me set up and get on the ground. I need to turn the light on. It's getting a little dark.
Yes, I'm gonna walk home before I get to the group stretch.
Okay, walk
before I get to
stretch.
Yes.
And we are done with tonight's workout and recovery. Those of you who can get on the ground, those of you standing, standing stretch, right now we want to work our glutes. And basically I want you to raise your knee toward your chest. Another reason to get on your onto the ground off your feet is it's not easy to stabilize yourself doing this. So I'm going to get on the ground. Hopefully you can see me. And let's do that same glute stretch. Oops, hang on. Let me focus it a little better. Oops, I just killed it all. There we go. Okay. Let's get on the ground. And one more. Hang on, sorry. There we go. Okay. On the ground, perfect. And bring that knee toward your chest. And we're going to do 5 seconds, 6 sets. Here we go. And standing people, you can do the same stretch, just standing. Here we begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sorry, 10 seconds, 2 sets. And here we go, the other leg. And begin on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release. And second set, begin and 1, 2, 3. Lie your head back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release. And third set, begin. I'm only holding my head up to look at the screen. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I think we only did 10 seconds on the one leg, am I correct? And 1, back to the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This one, put your ankle over your knee. Bring your knee down to one side, your arm out the other direction. So you're stretching out that whole side and even your chest on the one side. And only bring that knee down to where both shoulder blades are still pinned to the ground. Those of you who are standing, this is a stretch you can kind of do. You're not quite getting your whole side, but just sort of reach way over. I'm not sure you can see me. Reach way over and stretch out that hip, stretch out that side. That would be the standing version. Here we go for the lying down. And 10 seconds, 3 sets. Begin and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's 1. Release the stretch. You can go in the fetal position and you'll bang into the couch like I just did. And here we go. And second set. And begin. Same thing with the standing people. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch. And third and final set. And begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's roll over on the other side. Same stretch, the other direction. And for those of you standing, just your other arm, your other side, same stretch that you were doing before, but the other side. And here we go. Begin. I don't know if you can see me. Here we go. Good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch. You can go, like I said, in a kind of fetal position, your hand out toward your outstretched knee, and then back again. So you're stretching up that side again. Here we go. And look at your outstretched arm. Begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch. Third and final set. And take note if one side, one knee is going down farther than the other side and that knee. And here we go. Begin. That means you have an imbalance. Something to work on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And on your back, once again, for those of you standing, you can do that stretch where you kind of sit back, and I know you only see me from the waist down, that's all you need to. Put your ankle over your knee, push down on your knee, and just kind of sit back, and you'll feel it in your piriformis, right in the side of your hip there, the lower part of your glutes. Everybody else, cross one thigh over the other. Notice my foot is off the ground. Bring your closest knee toward your head and across to your opposite shoulder. So you're again extending that piriformis right in the lower part of your hip right there. And here we go. Begin and 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch. Second set. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And third and final set. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's switch legs. Same thing with you people standing. And here we go. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And second set. Here we go. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And third and final set. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's roll over on your side. Pardon me. Good. Roll over on your side. Put your arm out. Grab your upper leg. We're doing quads. And grab just around your ankle, just where your laces are, and pull your leg up and back, and with your head straight forward, your thigh should be just out of your peripheral vision, so you can't see your thigh with your head forward. Just put your head on your arm and pull that leg gently up. You want to be about 85% of your maximum pull stretch capacity, right? You don't want to pull as hard as you can, in other words. Here we go. Begin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. Second set. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch. Third and final set. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's roll over on the other side. Hi. And someone who I know and love is just getting home. Here we go. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, not yet, 9, 10. Release the stretch. And second set, begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. And third and final set of the quad stretch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's everybody sit up. I think you can see me. Good. Put both your feet together and grab either your toes or your ankles, and with your elbows push down on your inner thigh, what we call your adductor muscles. The outside is your abductor. It is your adductor muscles. I don't know why I have to say that every week. Down gently. And here we go. Try and keep your back as straight as possible. Those of you who are standing can do this stretch, just feet parallel to each other, and just stretch out that inner thigh, just like that if you were standing. Same thing that we're doing, but we're sitting, we're supporting our back and just totally getting all the weight off of the legs. So here we go. Begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. And second set. And while we're doing this, I'm going to tell you something that I really need to say. And it is this. If you hear a loud tearing noise, you just injured yourself. I did that for the camera. That's actually over. Oh God, one laugh. Yay. Here we go. The second set, and 1, 2,
Ooh, busy.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. Third and final set. And begin, and 1. Oh, we already did that. Leg out. One leg out. I think you might be able to see me. One leg out. Hamstring stretch, the back of your leg. And one leg you can kind of see in. Lean forward. Try and keep your back as straight as possible. You don't want to be slouched over. And grab your hand. And here we go. 10 seconds. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. Second set. Begin. And 1. By the way, you can do this standing. I'm sorry. Just lean your ankle against something and do a hamstring stretch. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And third and final set. Here we go. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's work with the other leg. Same stretch. The other leg. Hamstrings. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Release the stretch. Begin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And third and final set of this. And begin your hamstring stretch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's all stand up, or if you're standing, just keep standing. And we're going to do, I know you only see me raised up, but that's okay. One leg, one foot straight ahead with your eyesight. And my front foot, which you may not be able to, yeah, you can kind of see, is angled slightly in. So my back foot with my legs straight, and my toes are aimed right at my front foot toes, if you can kind of figure that out. And here we go, calf stretch, standing calf stretch, back leg straight. Begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. Second set. Begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release. And third and final set. Begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's switch legs. The other leg, same stretch. Begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. Second set. Begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. And third and final set. Begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And one last thing. Let's go to the other leg again. This time I want to work on our Achilles and lower calf. And here we go. Just bend that back knee. You're almost like sitting into it, which puts gentle pressure on that lower heel, that lower part of your calf and your Achilles right there in your ankle. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release, stretch.
Kind of.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And third and final stretch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's use the other foot. Same thing. This is it for the evening. Begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This should be a gentle, comfortable, massage-like feeling stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And third and final set. Begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And it is exactly 8:01. We are pretty much on time to finish our workout for this evening. I want to thank everybody for hanging out and being a part of all of this. I'm going to turn off the recording as soon as I figure out how the heck to do that. And and if anybody has any questions, we will be glad to answer them if I can figure out how to turn this silly thing off. Here we go.